Hello planty people, I'm Empress. Welcome back to my channel. Now this is a slightly late edition of Water Babies Wednesday, but I am here and I'm determined to do the thing. I told myself I would do it and I almost let myself kind of talk myself out of it because I'm not having a great week. And I went, no, it takes 3 weeks to create a habit, so you're gonna do it even if it's a Friday and you're filming on a Friday. So here is Water Baby Wednesday, Fridays, and I'm going to show you guys some updates. I swear this series is just going to become what haven't I potted up this week that I was supposed to, because there's a few things that I was supposed to and I didn't. So let's get into it. You don't have to look at my tired, insomnia-riddled face anymore, and you get to look at some cute plants. So we're back at the sink. I'm filming in the afternoon with my family in the house, so if there's noise in the background or I suddenly vanish and come back, that's what's happening. So in the sink today, I have some of the stuff that is the same stuff you'll recognize from last week, and a few things that are newer to the propagation station. So of course I have these, polka dot plants that, yet again, I haven't potted up, because I am that bitch and I just haven't done it. And they're super thirsty, as you can see, so I really probably need to pot them ASAP, but, I still haven't, so, haha, whoops. I'm not going to pour all the water out today because I'm exhausted, so I'm just going to try and smash through them a bit. I knocked this one over before, which is my donkey tail here, so that's why it has no water in there. Is it going to focus? It's not going to focus. Of course not. Alright, so, as soon as I said it's not going to focus, it's not even doing anything, so I don't know why I cared about it focusing. Well done. So this one's a new one to the station. It's a Coleus of some variety. I have a, mixed pot that I got from Aldi in the sales section that was struggling, and it had a whole bunch of colors in it, and this was one of the colors I didn't even realize was in there, and it kind of sprouted up from the back of the plant, and then from the back of the pot, and then I walked past and accidentally snapped it off. So I heard these propagate well, so I've kind of just popped it in. Don't know if it's doing anything yet. No, that's just the broken bit of stem. So it's not doing anything interesting yet, but it is pretty. And then this begonia that I, still haven't potted this one either. I know, I'm terrible. It's really ready to be pot up, I think, too. It's super ready to be potted up. Look at it. It's got a new baby leaf. That new leaf is getting so big. It was teeny last week, so that's cute. I haven't had a chance to look at any of these in the last week, so it's nice to see some action on some stuff, and I really do need to pot this up. So I want to say that, I'll go pot this up right now, but that would be a lie. I'm probably not going to. It's not a time for it today. I've got too much work to do, so I'm just going to refill its water, and she'll be fine another week. Got no space to put anything. So now I think I've learned how to say this. I wasn't able to say it previously. I think it's a Syngonium. Is that right? I think that's right. So this is a pink Syngonium, pink illusion. And look how big that's gotten since last week. This is that tiny little baby that's got that little bit of pink in it. The mama plant has quite a lot of pink in the leaf. This one is just a little bulb that fell off when I was repotting. And it, it has a little bit of pink in it. But look at the baby root. That's so cute. Come on, camera. Thank you. That's super cute. So that's doing really well. So that's great. I've had it in a bit of a seaweed mix, really watered down seaweed solution for a few days. So it seems to be loving that. It's really good for your roots if you want to kind of give them a bit of a boost. So that's why some of these are a bit brown looking. They're not rotten or gross, I promise. That's a seaweed solution. So this Pothos oh, look at this. Last week it, I was saying how it only had a little bit of it popped out of one of these, and I was a bit worried that nothing was happening with it, and it has just decided in the last week to grow this one and these two here and this here and this one down here and over here. So you go, girl. So pretty, super pretty, love it. All right, and next we have, moving you out of the way, this peperomia that broke off. Well done, go me. That broke off a peperomia bush that I bought and then tripped up my front steps. And usually I've had these sort of cuttings take a really long time to do anything, but I'm not sure if you can see the little nubbins here. Little nubbin and a little nubbin and a little nubbin. So, you know, this one's actually starting to root now. So that's pretty exciting. This leaf's a bit gronky. I might take that off at some point, but it's fine at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it there at the moment because it's holding it up in the jar. But yes. Next is this peperomia that I am trying to save. This one I probably should have been less lazy and not changed it in a week. I put it in a different vessel because it was just falling into the jar that I had it in, but I don't know if this is going to show on the camera. But I did notice earlier when I was moving these into the sink, it had a little bit of fuzz kind of here because it hasn't had enough airflow. So I need to make sure that I'm doing this one twice a week because there's just so much more stem there and like still organic matter from being in the pot that I really just want to make sure she doesn't rot on me. But you can see, look at all the new leaves. That makes me super happy. I'm so excited about that. Yay, she's coming back to life. Look. Excellent. So that one needs fresh water. So I'm just going to empty and change them after all the video because otherwise it does take a little bit long, and I'm trying to find ways of condensing these videos just a little bit so they don't end up an hour long, because so far they just keep getting longer and longer, and I'm trying to find ways of just reducing that a little bit. So here I have a chiseled stone succulent that I root rotted. If you watch regularly, you probably would have seen this. I don't think I showed this last week because nothing was happening. But this week, something's happening. Look at that. Cute little legs. Excuse me, please. Thank you. So that's cool to see because I really like this succulent and I was really hoping to save it. So it's nice to see that it's bouncing back with a couple of little baby roots popping out of that one. Now, next I have two that are new to the propagation station, which is a couple of my Hoyas that I'm in the process of trying to save. It's been stressful, to be honest. I knew from a few experiences in summer that Hoyas could be sensitive, but I am learning pretty harshly that they really hate winter where I am. Like, and not just a little bit of hate. Like, I am talking, I've lost some really good, beautiful, lush, expensive Hoyas in the last few weeks. And I'm trying not to feel super depressed about it. I also have a lot of them thriving as well. So it's a very strange kind of feeling to have half of them doing really well and half of them kind of just falling apart in front of my eyes. So here I have 2 parts of some that I'm trying to save. So this is my Variegated Hoya Kerry. That's the Loveheart Hoya. So you can see that it's got these beautiful, cute, like love heart shaped leaves. Now, I didn't even get this that long ago and I barely watered it when I potted it up, but I guess my soil was too wet and I added too much water, and so she just rotted from the stem. And she wasn't cheap either. She was big and she wasn't cheap, and I'm not beating myself up about it because there's no point. So I'm just doing my best to save her. So I let her dry out for a few days and I had 2 cuttings from this that were salvageable from the rot. So I had this piece and I had a piece that is in soil propagation. So I'm trying water and soil because honestly I have not propagated Hoyas before and I don't know what works. So I dipped the whole stem in rooting hormone powder, which you can still kind of see, there we go, on the end here. And I let it dry out for like 4 days, I think, because it had root rot and I was so scared about it passing through to the rest of the stem. So I put it in that, and it doesn't look like it's rotting at all more, which is really nice. And I'm just gonna like look in close here. I don't think there is any stem growth, like root growth happening yet. I haven't had it in there that long, so I'm really not expecting anything for a while. It is a like heavy, sticky, it's like, you know, a chunky stick. I find with these sort of heavy stick plants, it can take a bit longer for you to get roots. So I'm not expecting action on that for a while, but, you know, keep watching these videos and see if I sadly never show you it again because it died, or if it takes off and I get my beloved Hoya Kerry returned to me. So, you know. This one is another type of Hoya that I can't remember the name of, and it got root rot in the pot, and was just kind of looking shriveled and sad. So I hydrogen peroxided it, and I took the roots off, and I did all that, and I've thrown it in here, and I mean, what is happening here? Is that... see, it's gotten a bit rotten again. Great. Excellent. Cool. So I don't know if I can get that out of there. Oh, no, it's not looking too bad. So I'm going to get a razor blade and kind of take that edge off. Let me just grab one. So I've got my scalpel. Now, so I'm just going to try and get off any area that's infected. Sorry, I'm not doing this super well on the camera because I'm trying to concentrate. I don't want to, you know, cut my finger open. If you could just focus, thank you. So you can see there, I've cut off that. And then I'm just going to see if I can find out how deep the rot goes. It's not looking good, is it? Alright. So I've taken off all of the rot that was in there now. So now it's clean and lovely, clean, fresh stem. And this is all nice around here, so that's good. So now that's an open wound again, I'm going to leave that to get a scab or a callus for a few days, and I'm probably not going to put that back in water for a while. So when I do put it back in water, I'll stick it in some rooting hormone and I'll pop it back in. I did find another one of this variety at the hardware store for like 15 bucks yesterday, 2 days ago. So I grabbed another one just in case I lose this one while they were still $15 at the hardware store. So I'm going to pop this up on the shelf in a nice warm dry spot away from direct sunlight to dry out a little bit. So that's that sad story. So in here I have a Persian shield. I call them purple shields because I like that better. So here I threw it in because it was given to me really sad and kind of needed a recovery time. And look, it's got a fresh root here. That's a brand new root growth. That's cool. So is that one. So that's cool too. And I think some of these leaves are new. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's weird. She's got a crack up here. Why is she? Oh, shit. What's happening here? Oh, dear. Oh, honey, you okay? Oh, let's just... Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Like, the rest of it's doing really well, so... Whatevs. That's it. That is what it is, I guess. If you could focus, that'd be great. Excellent. Love it. Oh, look, she's got new roots along here too. Oh, that's nice to see that one recovering. I heard they were really easy to take care of, but, and propagate and the likes, so it's cool to see that that's bouncing back. I have a couple of the other cuttings of the purple shield that I did last week that I'm going to show as well, and the mama plant from that's coming back too, which is cool. So this one has more root growth in the bottom here. You can kinda, if the camera's going to focus on it, you can see it. There we go. So there it has, just pull it out. We have new root growth there. Look at that. Super cute. The white bits are the, you know, the fresh growth. I am thinking about potting this one up soon, but I just haven't had time to do my own plant stuff. I've started doing plant consulting for other people and helping them with their sick, sad babies. And so I just haven't had as much time to sink into my own babies in the last couple of weeks, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. That's what happens. But, you know, that's part of why I have all this stuff here that I haven't been doing today. I went and visited a poor lady who's, oh my gosh, her jade plant was so infested with mealybugs. They were like there was seed pods. That's how plant orientated I am at the moment. There were larva, like, egg nests that were like this. It was yeah, it was gross. So I gave her a lot of advice on how to save her poor plants, and we went around her house, and we're going to find some cat friendly plants that can go in her house that are going to work for her conditions, because she's got some cheeky fur babies who were the cutest ever to meet. Here's another one in the Bitch, Are You Ever Gonna Pot That Up series. Oh, she's starting to turn. So this is one of those moments where I go, oh, she can stay in there as long as it's happy, but this is a sign of not being happy. So I'm going to pot this afternoon. This one is a definite. That one I'm doing. I'm not going to be lazy on that one anymore. I'm going to do that one. This one, oh, she's got some roots happening. So this is Silver Peperomia Moonlight, one of those sort of varieties. Please, there we go. So we've got a nice healthy root system growing on that one, which is fab. So this leaf came off that other plant that I'm currently trying to save. This one. So this leaf fell off this in the process of it falling apart a little bit, and now, you know, I'm going to be able to pot these back up together and help fill that plant back out when it's time. So that's awesome. Now this nerve plant, gosh, she is thirsty. Like, you know, nerve plants are notoriously thirsty. But this one, I've had to fill up the water already this week, and she's growing roots all across here. So I may have to pot her soon, because she's just not fitting in her jar very well, is she? Like, she's trying to go rogue and has grown. Look at all this growth. Like, there's all these new leaves popping out here. Is getting massive. So I think it's time to pot her up soon as well. So I'm going to top her up today and hopefully pot her soon. I did, side note, I did put this in, which is the mama plant from last week, and she's already looking really healthy. So, you know, she's got new growth growing, she's got these fresh buds coming through, like here. There's quite a bit of crunchy. So this are the leaves that haven't bounced back. So these ones aren't going to recover now. I'm going to have to cut these leaves off. So I will get to that. I will get to trimming her as soon as possible. No massive amounts of root growth, but is healthy. Cool, so I just talked for ages about this one and poured this one out, and it wasn't even filming. Ah, yay. My brain is such a mess this morning. I had someone arrive this morning to pick me up for an appointment, and I had totally forgotten, and I just kind of scrambled like a fool and pretended I hadn't forgotten, and it felt a bit embarrassing, but I think I saved it in the end. So I pulled this out. This is that green caparata that was doing really well. And I went, whoa, look at it. It's gigantic. And I pulled it out and it was a big reveal. And I wasn't filming. So here we are now. And look at this. It's, you know, it's big. Cool. Yeah, excellent. Awesome. Cool. So I have to pot this today. I was just saying I have to pot this today. I will pop it with this polka dot plant over here. And I have to pot it today. I just don't have a choice. It's got to happen. So that's happening today, and this mummy leaf is kind of, it's done. She's done. Look at that. Ew. Ew. How is it even holding on, and how does it even have any color left in it? Impressive. So I'm going to pot this up today. This one's over here because I pulled it out as well when I wasn't actually filming, and I thought I was, so I was just talking to myself. Basically, you know, now I'm talking to myself, but occasionally people watch it. Before I was literally just talking to myself. So this one has a tiny little root here, but its big leaves that were holding it in the vase have completely fallen off, and it just keeps falling in over and over. So I'm going to pop it in my mini greenhouse as well. So that's why that's over there. So I'm going to put this one here as well so that I remember. I'm sorry if I sound a bit like snuffly and gross. I think I'm coming down with a cold. I don't know. I'm not feeling 100%. So I hope I'm not getting sick, because I do not have time for that. I don't have time for life as it is. So I cannot afford to get sick. But I've just been not feeling great, and I'm a bit snotty and lurgy and just a bit of a blocked throat. So sorry if it sounds a bit gross through the camera there. So this one is, again, you'll be like, hey, isn't that one you said you were going to pot? Yeah, it is. Again, we're seeing a theme here, right? But it's not getting brown and gross like this one is, so it can legit just stay in here for a little bit longer, because I don't have to do everything at once. It's okay if I don't do everything at once. But look at that. Girl, she need a pot. She need a pot bad. Wow. Yeah, okay. It's time. It is time. Look at you. So pretty, though. Alright, I'm just going to stop doing that. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. Alright, so that's done. That's done. And now my phone's telling me my phone's about to go dead. So I'm just going to try and rush through these a little bit. This has no new root action. Phyllos are weird. They seem to lose all their soil roots and shoot out new leaves while not growing any roots. So she's a stranger. She can just keep doing her thing, I guess. But she's looking healthy. Like, it's looking glossy and shiny and fabulous. So whatevs. This is that red phyllo. I've had it in seaweed, which is why the water's brown, like I said before. Now I've left it in the seaweed a little bit long, so it's a bit slimy. So I'm gonna have to give her a rinse under the tap before I put it back in the water, because that is my bad. Do not leave in seaweed for, you know, three or 4 days. Like I did 24 hours. 24 hours is what you should be doing. But I can feel there's like little nubs that are, I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. There are little nubs that are doing stuff. So hopefully that keeps going healthy. It's looking beautiful up here and lush, and, you know, look how lush and healthy that looks. So the mummy plant hasn't bounced back quite this beautifully. That one's in the bathroom for the second half. And yeah, but at least this is doing good, right? Positives, positives. Here's another one that lost its, like, legally. Oh, well. This is that cactus variety thing that I had going, and it's kind of just like, oh, that root broke. How did that happen? It was fine last week. Well, it should start sprouting a root. Oh, there you go. I spoke too soon. Is that going to catch it? Please catch that. Yes. See, look, you can see just there, pointing out the end. It's got the tiniest baby root coming out. That's good. At least, so that root must have been an aerial root that may not have, like, liked being in water. So the fact that it's rooting out the base there, that's okay. That makes me happier. That's fine. So that's some kind of, you know, trailing cactus. If you've watched these series before, you'll know I have no idea what. This is a newer one into prop. This is just, you know, your standard golden pothos. It's just a little cutting that I don't know, I think it had broken off when I was out and about, and I saw it kind of snapped off. So I kind of just threw it in my bag and brought it home, and it's got some, you know, healthy nodes here. It's only been in water for a few days, so next week you'll be able to see some action if you watch this regularly. And next week I really hope that it'll be on a Wednesday, not a Friday. But I'm still calling this Water Baby Wednesday, even though it's Water Baby Friday. So here is another golden pothos that I put in this super cute bottle because it's super cute. But this one had root rot in the pot, and oh geesh. Oh god, that's not a great color, is it? Okay. Oh, she's squeegee, honey. Okay. So this had root rot in the pot, and I did leave it. Oop. Alright, well. Okay. Did it for me. So it's just pushed off the bit that's gross on the end there, and that stem in there is still healthy. So, Just gonna take that off a little bit. It has got nodes still, so you know what? I'm just gonna stick her back in this jar. These are, you know, a noxious weed in their native country for a reason. They are so hardy. So I'm gonna, you know, razor blade this all off, and I'm gonna just put her back in there after she's dried out again, so she can, we'll see what happens, hey? There is like a node and a half there, so, and an aerial, kind of start of an aerial root, I guess. We'll find out, hey? Watch this space. So that's now up with that Hoya cutting that needs to dry out, and I guess I'll find something else cute. Hey, you know what? Let's just... Cute bottle. I just wanted something cute in the cute bottle. That only got water put in it like yesterday, so that water's already clean. It's fine. So here is more of the Persian purple shield. This is a cutting that got started last week. I don't see any roots yet. But oh wait, maybe that might be roots there. So this here could be roots, or it could just be oh god, camera, thank you. It could just be, you know, texture of the stem. I guess we'll see soon enough. But this is also a hairy stem, so it's a little bit hard to tell if there's anything sprouting out of it until it's a bit bigger, because I don't know if you can see it well enough on the camera, but it is like a hairy plant, so it makes it hard to see until they're, you know, prominent roots instead of just kind of starting. So I'm just going to pause this and grab a portable charger, so give me a second. All right, I'm back with the charger. So I got in at 2%. Go me. So next I'm moving on to a couple more of the purple shield cuttings. So they seem to have new growth, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really take before photos. They do have a gross leaf on that one, so let's just ditch that. They do seem to have like fresh leaves. Yeah, they're definitely new, I think. Like this here. So, yep, there we go, if it's focusing. But there's no root system happening, so, yeah, we'll just leave that plodding along the way it is, I guess. Seems happy, so it's fine. New growth is fine. Sometimes you get leaves before you get roots. Sometimes you get roots before you get leaves. It's just, you know, the way it is. And these cuttings will probably all sprout different things at different times as well, just to trip me up. Look at that color. Oh, gosh, isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right, so again, you know, got new, like this feels really healthy and looks really healthy, so that's good. She's happy, I guess, so she can just keep going. My silver sword philodendron that's in hydro, she's plodding along well. She's got a bunch of new roots, which is great to see. Look at all that. Lots of new roots. So yeah, it's like I was saying with that other philo, like I'm surprised that as many of these soil roots have survived on this one as I have, because with so many of my philodendrons in hydro, they just lose all their roots, and then they'll grow new ones. But they'll shoot out leaves and they'll be happy. Like this one lost all of its like roots, and then it grew new leaf. Like it grew this beautiful, perfect, shiny silver leaf. And then this one's come out a bit raggedy because I wasn't caring for it as well as I think it kind of got jammed in the bottle a bit. And then the new leaf looks like it's coming out gorgeously. So that one is a pain in the butt to get back in the bottle. So I'm not going to do that on video because it takes ages. So next is the Mycans that again I said I was going to pot. And I didn't. I will at some point. I maybe. No, I will. It's got a new root in here, so that's at least something good. Like, please, thank you. So there is nice. Like that's cute. So that's good, and that's healthy, and it's shooting off a new one here and here. So I put it under the grow light. It was on the windowsill before, and it was kind of slowing down, and this leaf came out a bit funky, and I was like, what have I done? But I think the windowsill, maybe it was too cold. So I put it back under the grow light, and now it's doing happy. So, you know, it must just prefer that warmer spot. And, you know, I don't blame her, girl. I don't like the cold either. So she's doing all right. This Syngonium, I think I've learned how to say that. I'm probably wrong though, you know, you never know. You thought I was saying something right, and then someone's like, no, that's the American pronunciation, not the Australian pronunciation. So I've had to relearn how to say that all over again. So this one's got a new leaf about to open, which will be cool because it'll be able to hold itself kind of up out of this bottle a little bit more. The roots are plodding along, looking healthy. This one's just living its best hydro life at the moment. I have no plans of potting this up anytime soon. Unlike my other ones that I planned to pot up 2 weeks ago and still haven't. This one's got a new leaf coming up too. This is another one of those just green arrowhead basic Syngoniums. And that was from the leaf that had come off before and kind of gone gross. So that's just going to pull that off because it's old kind of leaf tissue that's just going to rot if it's sitting in there. So that new leaf is sprouting up, looks super healthy. Everyone looks happy under here. So that's good. She can keep plodding along the way she's plodding along. And now these ones don't look good. These came off a client's polka dot plant that I'm currently trying to kind of resurrect and propagate. So even though it looks kind of funky and gross on top, these leaves are just on there to hold the stems up. So I'm trying to propagate these stems, and hopefully I can get some growth in here to rebuild her polka dot plant. She's got some bits of her polka dot plant that are looking fine and happy and healthy, so that's great. And I'll be able to repot that into something that it's actually going to be happy in. But these ones are bits that got a bit leggy, so I've chopped them off, and I'm hoping I can propagate them, and then when it gets new growth, I can plant them and do all that sort of stuff. So they look bit rank and funky at the moment, and leaves drop off every second, but hopefully soon we'll have a bit of growth on them. So before I jump into the mini greenhouses, I realized there was three things I was missing that I wanted to add on to these updates. So this, honestly, if I can save this, this will be... So this is a regular Hoya Kerry. The other one was a variegated Hoya Kerry, and this is what is left. Looks a bit sad, right? So, she's in there. Where's that? Where's that? Oh, it's just kind of a sticky bit, I guess. So honestly, if this bounces back, it'll be a bloody miracle. So, if you never see this again, this Hoya Kerry was yeeted and, turned to mush. So, wish me luck on trying to save this poor little Hoya Kerry, because, Hoyas, I love them, but my God, like, you know, I read that they're a bit of work, and I saw a few things saying that Hoyas are a bit of work, but sheesh, girl, they are hard work. They are hard work. I also missed this one, which is this giant begonia that has these crispy edges just kind of spreading further and further as this mother leaf kind of gives its energy to its root system here. But it really does probably need to be potted today as well. Like, you can probably, I don't know if you can see it in here. Still only one side. Super strange, right? Super strange. But you can kind of see in here, if it's going to focus, that some of those roots have turned a little bit brown, which for me is a sign that it is really ready to get the hell out of water. It's time to get the hell out of Dodge. And so I'm going to put it in soil today. So I've got a little container going here now of things that I have to pot today, and I can't keep putting it off. And I've just got to push through and get it done. So this one will be in soil next week. I hope it keeps being healthy. I will try to remember to pop it in some update videos in the future for where it ends up. Hopefully it grows big and lush because it's super pretty, and I'd love a full plant of this one. So it's going to go here in my little container to get planted this afternoon. Like, I just have to push through. I don't care how cold it is or how sore I am. Gotta do the thing. Gotta do the thing. The other thing I wanted to show is this is the mummy plant of those purple shield cuttings. So I'm really hoping that it'll catch on camera because I was super excited about this when I noticed it. Where was it? And now I can't find it, can I? Of course not. So I don't know if it's going to come up on here, but there is tiny little buds on these. So, like, I wasn't sure if I'd cut them too short. I was a bit worried that maybe I'd cut them a bit too short. But, there's coming up on here too. It probably isn't going to catch because it's just so teeny. But, over this side, like in here, there is also another little tiny bud coming up. You can kind of see it there behind my finger, in front of my finger. So, I'm super stoked about that because I chopped the hell out of, this girl when I got her, and it's kind of another bud there, I hope. Maybe another bud there, we'll find out. And she was super leggy and just wasn't happy, so I chopped all of the cuttings off, which is what all those other cuttings are. And I was hoping that this would happen, and it has, so yay, that makes me feel good. That's really cool. So now I'm going to move into the mini greenhouse times. So my mini greenhouses are all doing quite well. They're probably all super dry. I haven't been misting them. I did buy a new spray bottle though, because my spray bottle broke. Like, look at this, watch. It's full of water, right? It just stopped working one day. I was halfway through spraying and it just went, nah. And the other one I have, it sprays and then it takes ages for the trigger to reset. So I'm not using it anymore because it takes me so long. So I got a new spray bottle, so I will be spritzing these after this. So they're going to be all dry and crunchy and super ready for a drink. So we've got the polka dot plants in here. They're almost like reached the top of that container. So they're really going to have to come out of here ASAP. That leaf was upside down, so that's no use. That little purple caparata, raspberry ripple caparata, whatever you call it, that's doing well. Now, we had this Hoya Carey stem in here. Let's see what she's doing. Anything? Nothing. It's kind of just shriveled up, hey. I really don't think there's any hope left in that. It did have a node and it did have some aerial roots, but yeah. So, Hoya Carey's, I'm going to just pop it back in there and hope for the best. You never know, right? Oh, I just want the pretty love hearts. So, anyway, the polka dot plants are doing well. They need a good spritz. Like, they are, like, look, they're, like, almost touching the, like, they're right there. Hello, girl. Really needs a new home. I promise I'll get to it ASAP. Hopefully this weekend I can do some potting as well. So in here I have my string of hearts that came off my big mum that got eaten out by mealybugs. It's had a lot of growth in the last week. Look at these. So that's exciting. Some of these sprouts are starting to try and get out of the container now. So that's cool. That means that, you know, it's doing well, which is nice. It's looking quite healthy in the parts that are regrowing. So that's good. It's growing some root systems in here, which is really good to see. It's growing a bulb here, which is nice. It's growing another bulb here, which is good. So, yeah, and even though it's trying to kind of escape a little bit, I'm just going to push them down and keep it going the way it's going. It, again, is a dry, crunchy one. So there's a lot less string of hearts cuttings in here, you'll notice this week, because I gave some away in return for a couple of snake plants for my partner, because they like snake plants, and so I did a little bit of a trade on Facebook. So in here there's and in my other little mini greenhouse there's a lot less string of hearts propagating than I had before, but this one here, all right, I said this was going to happen. I talked about it on the last video, and I said that I was going to have to do this, and I'm going to have to do it. I have to chop off Just gonna put that polka dot plant in there before I forget. I have to chop off this leaf. Like, I'm really worried about it. It's too white. If you know much, like, oh no, oh dear. If you know much about variegation stuff, it's just too white, and I'm super worried about it. So I'm gonna get a little tiny pair of scissors, and we're gonna do that right now. All right, moment of truth. So it probably hurts my heart as much as it hurts yours, but that's what has to happen. Like I talked about on last week, I don't like how much energy the plant is putting into that leaf. As beautiful as that is, like, gosh, that is perfection. Like, I can look at that. This perfect little pure white leaf. It tried so hard, but it can't absorb any, like, it can't do anything with this. And eventually this leaf is going to suck life out of this plant that I just don't want to happen. So, you know, that one's got a tiny splodge of green and that's got a tiny splodge of green. So I can leave those alone and feel fine about it. But this one had nothing, had just nothing. It was a sap. It was sucking the life out of the mama bulb, and that bulb is growing super well. So I just had to cut it off. I'm sorry. I know that makes your heart hurt and my heart hurt and all of the sadness, but like now you can see in here just how big that bulb is getting. Like, look at that bulb. It's massive now. So I think I've made the right choice. I'm very happy with that. Now it's going to focus the growth on, you know, more root development and more stem development. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for it, you know, wasting all its energy on a white leaf that looks pretty. I'm not here for that. I'm here for developing a healthy, happy plant long term, and it can give me white leaves again when it's matured. And then, you know, it obviously has the DNA to do this. So when it's matured and ready, I will let it, you know, keep growing its white leaves when it's got a full plant to actually support itself. But at the moment, it's too much energy, so she's gone. This peperomia, she's doing well. Oh, it's got leaves under here. Hold on. Can I get under there? Oh, look, it's got baby leaves. So I'm going to just wedge that sideways now a little bit so that it can kind of grow out the side a little. With peperomias, you never quite know where the leaves are going to come from. It's either going to be underneath or from the top sprout. So I kind of like to leave them laying flat until they tell me which way they need to go. So that one's going that way now. So they also need a spritz. Now the crash bang smash you heard before was this little one here, which now I'm going to have to redo because it's a shit show. But in becoming a shit show, I did notice, so this caparata, she's going to stay in here because that's that one you probably watched me freak out and cry almost about last week when she broke. But it seems to be recovering really nicely. Thank goodness, because if I'd lost it, I would have cried. That is the variegated caparata that I have been babying to life for months and months and months. And it's so beautiful. And look how gorgeous that is. I don't know if you can catch the little white splodges. But in here also, I've thrown in a few of my string of dolphin leaves from a string that I popped in soil propagation. And I was wondering if it could grow like the string of hearts. And check this out. Look at that. I did not expect that at all. I am super impressed by this. Like, look at that. The dolphin grew a tail. So, you know, a couple of them haven't done anything. A couple of them have. Like, that one's done nothing. This one, oh, that one's not budging. So this one here is not, like, I can't even get it out. So it's anchored in there. Oh, that one's got some root action happening. Little baby root there. And this one I think has nothing as well. Yeah, nothing as well. And that peperomia is anchored in there now. So that means it's got a root system kind of anchored. So it kind of, I might actually move. So I'm just popping this string of dolphins here with this big tail into this hot box just because there's more space in here. So that can kind of, so I've just kind of, I've lifted that up, I laid the root down, and I'm just kind of tucking it in to go to bed. Yes, Baba. Want to see the cat? This is Murphy. Hey, Murphy. Oh, that's my portable charger. Today's video is a time. Alright, so moving along. Again, I'm trying to make this quick, but I'm having a really full-on pain flare at the moment, and again, like I mentioned before, I think I'm getting a cold, so moving quickly isn't quite happening for me. So in here, some of my silver peps are been moved on to new homes. I used some of them to trade for some of those snake plants. So the ones that are left in here are thriving. They're doing really well. It's doing great. This fell off a different peperomia and it had a stem, so I just threw it in here. Let's see what happens. This one, oh look, cool, yay. I just tried to say cool and good and it came out as scroll, so in words of Mean Girl, scroll. So, yay, that's working. So that's lovely. This one has nothing yet, but variegated ones, you know, often take longer, so I'm just gonna leave that be now that my lovely cat's trashing the kitchen behind me. It's great. So that looks like it has roots anchored into some moss. It does. No, I'm not gonna try and pull them away too much because it's just gonna damage the baby roots. If it's got hold of it, it can stay it. Yay, that's great, awesome. And then I've thrown a string of pearl in here that fell off a plant that I'm working on at the moment. And I think it's doing the same thing as the hearts are doing and the dolphins are doing. So let's wait and see with that one. This watermelon pep has shriveled up and she is gone. Alright, bye. Watermelon peps? Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. And then the last of the little mini greenhouses is this babe here, which is my little peperomia collection at the moment. So there's the green ripple, which is the same as the other one that has to be potted today. That's fine as it is. If I wanted to, I could probably pop that in with the other one, but I want it to get a little bit stronger and a bit bigger, so she's going to stay there. And then this one is the raspberry ripple, or whatever it is, the red caparata. And that's got more leaves than last week for sure. Look at that one. That's cute. It only had a tiny little baby leaf like last week's video. The watermelon pep is getting by, I suppose. I mean, I love the look of watermelon peps, but I'm really finding them a difficult little pain in the bum, to be honest. This one's thriving. It's doing great, which is nice. This all needs a good mist. It's a bit crunchy. Crunchy. So you can hear it. Crunch. What is it? ASMR? That's what that is. A bit of crunchy moss. Alright, so that's the mini greenhouses, and we're going to do a quick fly by the hydro setups and have a look at them, and then we're going to be done for the day. I need to go sit down, but I also need to go pot up these things over here that are insisting I pot them today. So let's move on. So we're back down at the hydro babies. Here is my neon. It's doing well. I put some watered down plant food in these vases last week, so they've been feeding for the last week, so they're doing quite well and are super happy, so that's great. My Monstera that's in here has this lovely glossy leaf that opened about 2 weeks ago, and she's doing super well. Can I flip this camera around? So in there, the Monstera has this beautiful new root that's popped up recently, so that's lovely. And the rest of its root system's looking really happy and healthy, so that's nice to see. And this leaf is finally coming into its darker color, but it's super glossy. I just love it. I look at it so much. Yeah, it's so pretty. So honestly, there isn't much movement on any of these guys up here. I'm not really going to pull them down, except for this one needs that seaweed mix washed out. They're all doing... My mirror is so gross. I promise I'm going to wash that. Don't look at the mirror and don't look at the spider web. I will clean it. This one, I don't know if she's doing anything or if it's, you know, it's plodding along, I suppose. They've all had a seaweed or a feed. This one has some liquid food in it at the moment. This pink princess, don't think, does she have any? She doesn't have any new growth coming through, so that is what it is. So here's my work table at the moment. So it's a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on for other people, not myself. But in amongst it is, this is the mama for the red philodendron. And I mean, this leaf's looking okay, but this leaf has just gone. It's turned yellow, it's turned gross, and the light in here is making it look yellower. So I just shut that light off, and you can see that it's gone. It's gross. So I need to cut that leaf off. I'm going to cut it off here instead of right down at the end of the stem, because I want it to be able to still have something to hold it up in the pot. So I'm just going to lop her off there, and I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. It's in a seaweed soak too that I need to take it out. And I hope this comes back. It's super pretty, and the other cutting's doing so well. So I don't know. It has got a new leaf coming out that looks healthy. I guess we'll see. And the pink princess that's on the shelf, of course, her new leaf is not open yet. That's, you know, just my luck. I really thought she would have it open this week, but no, she's being shy and taking her time. And so she hasn't opened her new leaf yet. It's just kind of up in the air, like you just don't care. So it's just what it's not focusing either, so sorry. Yeah, and I don't think her other leaf started to open, but is it okay? Oh yeah, it's just small. I think it's just small because it's in the hydro recovering, but seems healthy, so hopefully, like, it will have a leaf open next week. By the way, this is a crazy mess that I'm fixing up for somebody, and I will be doing a series of videos on what I am doing to save this poor bastard. But yeah. So I just did it again, where I was just talking at the camera for ages and it wasn't even filming. Thank you for watching. That is Water Baby Wednesday for this week / Friday. And I appreciate it if you've made it to the end of this video, and thank you for watching. I'm sorry I've been a bit flat this week. I have, you know, like I said, my health hasn't been the best, and so I really just wanted to make sure I did the thing. I did the thing because I made a commitment and I didn't want to flake out on week 3 and not do the video. So it's here. I did the thing. Ta-da! Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Please give it a like if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon for another plant tip with Empress video. Have a great one. Bye. This is future Empress popping in while editing to be like, look, I did it. I potted them. They are potted.